Yeah, real quick, let me explain that one. That's a critique too, is that I got this from another video on YouTube as well, but some guy mentioned that they didn't really scale her aggressiveness correctly, which she came right off the bat just wiping people off the face of the mat, disintegrating them, throwing, heavy cannons on people and murdering, which she could have done any time to secure America Chavez.
Right.
But when it comes to our main characters, obviously she didn't. She played nice.
Right.
I think that it should have been, exactly. It should have been her playing nice because she still has herself a little more than as she progresses. The more she's the Darkhold, the more she loses herself to, the Darkhold itself and gets corrupted by it. So it should have been that she was playing nice with the people in Carmitage, and later on we see her get more and more aggressive to where we get to the Illuminati, and she's just straight up murking fools because it's just like nothing will stop me from getting my kids, and there's no progression.
Or
okay,
the more fun, very character-driven version, where it's the original idea that it's a Wanda movie, not a Doctor Strange movie, and the entire movie is Wanda trying to figure out what's actually real around her.
That's interesting.
Where she goes, well, these people are all made up in my mind anyway, so I'll just kill them. And then going, wait, are these people dead? Oh, fuck.
Are they even real? Oh, they were? Whoops.
Are you Steven in front of me, or am I making you up right now? Or, I mean, does it matter? Who is this girl? Obviously, she's real. But the next time I see her, I might have just made her up. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know anymore. That would have been interesting. That would have been crazy.
Have been an interesting take, for sure. I think Sam Raimi could have pulled that off.
Oh, absolutely.
If he, had the ability to. But
the psychological thriller and horror of
that would have been
inside of her brain.
That would have been very different for Marvel. I don't think that would have ever got approved, but that's a cool idea.
That's a different Marvel. She's not gone, right? Wanda's still a character.
Yeah, that's true.
Hire me. I don't know anything about these characters.
Okay, I'm not claiming to be a writer, producer, or anything. But I am good at knowing when something doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So if you read me something, I would definitely be able to find the BS and weed it out very quickly. Oh. So you should hire me too. Hire us.
Contrary to popular belief, you wouldn't believe that's the reason why test groups go and watch movies before they're premiered, before they're done being edited, is because no matter how much you know about a certain subject, if it doesn't read well to a general audience, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
So that's usually when I make something in my own life, I have my friends who are very good at what they do take a look at it.
Yeah.
And I also give it to my dad or somebody who doesn't know anything at all what's going on. They're like, well, my feedback might not make sense or might not matter. And I'm like, no, your feedback kind of makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And matters the most, because if they go, yeah, this makes sense. These characters interact in this way, and then you move over to dad and dad goes, yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You go, okay, well, the audience doesn't know what's going on. So it's important. It's an important job.
Sorry to bring this up again, but which is why Everything Everywhere All at Once is so good, because it's very complicated, but you don't get lost in it. It's simple enough.
It's grounded.
It's crazy. Yes. It's crazy how much is going on, but you don't feel lost or confused as you watch it. But anyways.
That is a great example as a character-driven movie where the characters are driven by spectacle.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what I think Multiverse of Madness was trying to be, but it ended up just being a spectacle with some characters in it.
Yeah. So, good stuff.
Yeah.
What did you like? What did you love? That's what I want to know. What
did
you like?
Beautiful.
What did you love? Well,
yes. It's a very beautiful movie. Like all of the CG, everything looks very beautiful.
Yeah.
Is where we live in the golden age of CG, and it's very nice. There are arguments to say that it's like degrading the quality of movies, but I think we're really coming into our own with it, and Marvel has done a really great job of helping progress that.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go on another 10-minute rant about the things that we've gotten from them, but it's generally a very pretty movie. They do things with action that their predecessors, Michael Bay, would normally make you dizzy and don't.
Right.
Michael Bay. And I do enjoy the dichotomy of Stephen Strange and evil Doctor Strange. I thought that was fun.
Yeah,
and
I love that.
I feel like it played very well. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it played well.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people thought that.
Wasn't it the like?
I know. I don't
I
know.
love it. That was so good.
Fun. I liked the multiverse thing. I like the multiverse thing so much that I wish that it wasn't just like a 10-minute dip in the third act. I really just wanted more of it. That's how good that part was.
Yeah.
Is that if they made the entire third act just them hopping through different dimensions to go do, I don't know, literally anything, I would have had so much fun.
Yeah.
That I am a sucker for that.
Yeah, seeing other stuff, that's another thing that would have been a lot cooler if they would have spent some time in at least one or two other different
I think
universes.
That's why people started calling it Multiverse of Midness, because there was like, the multiverse was like 3 universes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Those are my 2 big ones. I like America Chavez. I think she's fun.
Yeah. How'd you feel about Pizza Papa?
That was great. That was great. I also liked his little cameo at the end.
Classic Sam Raimi staple.
Oh yeah. Every time. I liked the idea of the Illuminati.
We're staying positive here, remember?
Yes, and because I liked the characters. I think they were fun.
Yes.
I wish we had more of them.
Yes. Good. Could have been better if we had more.
Yeah. And I guess that's another thing with
we liked it, but we didn't like
so much of everything in one place is like you can't spend the time doing it. And I guess that's another thing with somebody who's only ever worked on series and not feature films, and that's back to positive. So
the soapbox comes out every once in a while.
Yeah, I'll keep standing on it. It's still right here.
It never went away.
I keep on hopping up and back down. Let's see. I think the setup was pretty solid.
Yeah.
It's like really straightforward. It's, hey, this thing's happening. This girl, she keeps on hopping through different universes and doesn't know where she is. We got to get her home. This is a problem.
Yeah.
And that made a lot of sense. And then Wanda showing up and being like, hey, you have my kids, bitch. And
yeah.
You're the only one that can get me there. That made sense. And the progression of that part of the story makes pretty clear sense. I actually don't think it was confusing at any point either. It was very clear what the motive and what the intent of everything was.
Right.
And that's good for any movie, because if you don't know what's going on, then
yeah, I agree. I loved the evil Doctor Strange. I loved Dead Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that was fun too.
That was cool with all
very
the
Sam Raimi.
Yes,
very
extremely.
Sam Raimi.
But
that was part of what people were complaining about the Sam Raimi thing. It was like the Dead Doctor Strange made no sense and was too cartoony, and I was like, that's just Sam Raimi. That's part of what he does.
When we're talking about Sam Raimi, obviously Sam Raimi is a plus.
Yeah.
His cinematography is a plus. I love the way he shoots things. It's amazing. It's so different from everything else that's in Marvel. So I love that. I love getting when we can get that kind of variety, seeing something a little bit different, which is why I love Shang-Chi. We'll get to those movies as well at a later time. But the cinematography he brings, I love Dead Doctor Strange. I loved him and Evil Doctor Strange. Can we talk about their battle with the freaking music notes?
That was fun.
That was
also very peak Sam Raimi.
Very cool way to show the versatility of his powers first off, but also to use music notes as a weapon.
Yeah, it was neat.
If you want to get very deep into it, you could say, music is so powerful, and like we could talk about deeper layers than that, and how music can be used as a weapon, or there's room for those conversations. But I just visually so cool. I mean, basically using it as like a Kamehameha when he powered up the freaking music notes, and it's just I loved watching. That was so cool. He won with the little harp pluck, and the one note that kind of just put him over the edge. I was like, there's, again, you want to get super meta and super deep, like you could read all kinds of stuff into that, and maybe in his mind there are some of those things, but we won't go into that now. I think that it was just such a cool visual. Loved that. Really loved that.
Yeah.
I love that they really were showing also in that Doctor Strange's. So evil Doctor Strange said what our Doctor Strange would not admit, which is that he was not happy.
Yeah.
He's extremely unhappy.
Yeah.
And the thing that makes him happy is what he can't have, which is Christine. And
Yes.
they had a moment. He had a moment with 838 Christine, but in his world,
And how it matches with the same problem Wanda has. So
Exactly.
it's basically the show don't tell version of, hey, I know how you feel.
yeah, exactly. That's a very good point, because he wanted that too, but in his world he couldn't have it.
Right.
Same as Wanda.
Right.
And where there might have been some hope was where the Doctor Strange of that different universe wasn't.
Yep.
But you know that he is not gonna do what Wanda did. He's not just gonna jump universes so that he can have what he wants.
Right.
He's gonna stay and do what's right, because he's our Doctor Strange. And our Doctor Strange roll like that.
Yeah. He's depressed and he's okay with it.
And he's gonna keep pushing through that depression
Yeah.
and unhappiness
He is going to be
to
depressed.
save the world. And he's still gonna be very arrogant about it along the way. But
That's right.
because that's who he is.
That's right.
But that says a lot too. You know, she mentioned you have to be the one holding the knife, and he does. He very much has to be the guy. He's the one that knows best. He's the one that's gonna figure everything out. He's gonna be the, you know what I mean? Like, we look at Endgame, and it's really,
Yeah.
that's really Tony's.
He's the one in the infinite universes that wins.
Yeah. And he
He
found that-
loses for it.
Yeah. So, you know, but yeah, overall, bro, for me, so like if you're, this movie's been out for a long time, so you can't just go and see it in theaters, but like, what I want to know is, I would love to hear from you guys, like, what did you like? What did you not like? If you could change anything, what would you change?
Yeah.
And really just overall, what are your thoughts? Because like I said, for me overall, I enjoyed it. I liked it. It wasn't the best Marvel movie I've seen by far. It wasn't the worst I've seen by far. It was, there's only one Marvel movie I haven't seen, and I think it's still, as far as I know, is ranked as the worst, is Thor. What was the Thor, the Dark World? Is that the one?
Is it really the worst rated? That's like the only Thor movie I've seen.
And the one with the dark elves and stuff,
Yeah.
the second one? I don't think I've ever seen that one, because I heard it was so bad. But anyways, I would say that overall I really enjoyed it. And to be honest with you, the pluses for me do outweigh the negatives. And I probably would have even liked it just a lot more if, instead of them doing the Illuminati the way they did, if they just like nixed the Illuminati. I'd rather, for me, I would have rather them not had the Illuminati and shown us more of the multiverse than have them in there for just the fan service, which fan service is good if done right. It can get overwhelming. And I think that, like, for me, No Way Home tiptoed on the line of a little bit too much.
I agree.
But I think they towed the line so well that it was always heavily leaning to like perfect amount. And only very slightly did I feel like, you're on the line. But they never jumped over into the bad side where, what was it? Freaking, oh my gosh. We have so many movies to talk about, bro. The worst example I've ever seen that I can think of is the last Star Wars movie, The Rise of Skywalker. Worst, like, it was audience placating. It was that fan service. That's the worst fan service I've ever seen in my life.
In the theaters.
I absolutely hate it.
In the theaters. By the way, never watch a movie with me in a theater. I'm the worst person to do it with. I talk the entire time, and I will make it about me. But I saw that in theaters, like opening day, and I know exactly what you're talking about, and everyone else went, and I went, no.
Yes.
Super loud.
Yes.
Because it was so bad.
Yeah, who I was with was
so
like,
bad, so forced.
Oh.
No pun intended.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is, like, there's good levels of fan service and bad levels, and so
Yeah, that's egregious.
yeah,
That's like picturesque. This is not okay.
yeah, we're gonna do that. I don't know if the video can see it, but I got my little Star Wars thing up here. Got my little lightsaber right here. Let me get this a little. I might edit this out. I'm on a lightsaber here. So we're definitely going to do some Star Wars.
Have you heard of NeoPixel lightsabers?
I have, but I just got the money for those. But yeah, so a lot more movies to come. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you had a good time.
Recommend a movie.
Yeah, recommend a movie. Like, here's the thing. We're going to do a lot of Marvel stuff. I think just because it's great for the general populace, but we want to get into all movies. Like, movies that we've seen, movies that we haven't seen, movies that you should see, movies that you probably should stay away from. I am more of a general, like, casual movie. Go above average. I'm not casual. I'm a full-time movie fan. But what I mean is, like, I have my viewing movies, I do it for fun. I enjoy movies. I love movies. I'm not a critic by any means, and I'm not, like, I don't get into, like, following actors or directors or even doing the research you did. That none of that stuff intrigues me. If I happen to see it on Reddit or somewhere, then I was like, oh, I didn't know that. But outside of that, like, I'm not that deep into the filmmaking process or some other things. So I have a more of a, hey, you know what? As
general audience,
you probably won't like this. Like, there are certain movies that, like, I love, but I could still be like, you probably won't like it. And then, of course, I'm always going to have, as much as I can, the boss Haas himself, to bring the more deeper, what's it called? Cinephile aspect to it. And Clint as well, my buddy Clint, who he's going to be on here. He's a cinephile in the same vein, so we'll have that kind of balance as well.
I am a bad movie sommelier. If you want recommendations for movies that are so bad they're entertaining, I got you all day. I could have, if you said, hey, I need a really bad action movie just to, like, sit down and be mad at, Neil Breen. If you want, like, terrible, like, psychological horror, fucking Birdemic, you know?
Yeah.
If you want, like, fantastical, like, casual, everybody run of the mill, whatever, go watch A Talking Cat. That's a great movie. But yeah, those are things that I should absolutely force you to watch.
Yeah, I will. And I will.
And you will hate every moment of it and enjoy it.
I don't know about that. But we definitely want to hear your thoughts on Multiverse of Madness. We definitely want to hear what you, if you have any movies you want to recommend. As always, thanks for hanging out. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know how it is. It's YouTube. Don't pretend like you don't know what we want you to do here. But also, I hope your day is everything you dreamed it'd be and more. So have a good one. Thanks, guys.
Next episode, Tommy Wiseau guest stars.
Hey, full-time movie fans, thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you had a good time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. We want to hang out and discuss the movie with you. So don't forget to do that below. Have a good one. I hope your day is everything you dreamed it'd be and more.